Good morning. It's Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself. Welcome to my home and thank you for 10,000 subscribers. And so today, this is going to be the most important healing video that I put out all year. I was actually planning to come to you with this video from Las Vegas in a pretty dress, in some heels, in some sparkly jewelry, but instead I'm coming to you with a tea and a fireside chat. And the first thing I want to do is thank every single person who has ever watched this channel, who has ever spent any time with me at all. I want to thank you from the absolute bottom of my heart for 10,000 subscribers. I envisioned doing this video from Las Vegas in a sort of celebration style to mark this milestone. And I'm going to tell you about it today because obviously that's not what's happening. But I guess it was meant to happen this way. So grab yourself a tea and settle in with me for a fireside chat. So some of you may or may not be aware that I got hit with a huge upper respiratory tract infection this week. And so I went into deep self-care mode. I absolutely did not want this going into pneumonia, particularly because of my susceptibility with getting pneumonia after really bad respiratory tract infections. I have had it 3 times, and 2 of those times that I had it, it really set me back. It set me back both times into a full-blown setback. So even me, even now, even after how far I've come, I'm still human and I still get really worried. My thoughts tend to spiral when I get these respiratory tract infections, which I do maybe once a year or once every couple of years. And I wonder, oh no, is this going to be the thing? Is it going to travel deep into my lungs? Am I going to end up with pneumonia? And is it going to set me back? And even I can get caught in this, negative what ifing spiral thinking. It can even pull me back into victimhood thinking. It can really make me feel, even for a few days, helpless and hopeless, as if everything is going to fall apart even before it has. And so I really want to address this today. I think it's really important, especially on today's sort of a celebration video of 10,000 subscribers, that I share some personal thoughts and wisdom with you about this journey, because it is a long, scary, lonely road. And I understand as we're coming up to the holidays, you can feel so lost, so heartbroken, so sad, so jealous, so envious, so angry that you're not better, to share in the holiday magic, to share in the season. I know it's something that you desperately want because it was something that I desperately wanted. And every year I would tell myself, you will be better by next Christmas. Just hang in there and you'll be better. And inevitably, Christmas would come and I would still be sick. And inevitably, it would become next Christmas and I would still be sick, and I would make the same promises to myself every year, every New Year's. Next year, it won't be like this. And every year, I wound up in the same spot, and it can be demoralizing. It is so easy to sink down into victim consciousness, into self-pity. It is so easy to feel like giving up, to feel like it's never going to happen to you. But today, especially today, in honor of 10,000 subscribers, I want to share with you a little about that process that I hope can make it a little bit easier over this holiday season. And so many of you may already know by now, I actually have pulled through the worst of the respiratory infection. It didn't go into my lungs. I had to end up canceling my flight to Las Vegas, go into deep self-care mode. And so that is why I'm here today, bringing you this video instead of in Las Vegas. But let me give you a little bit of the story as to why I was headed to Las Vegas in the first place. So early December, it was obvious that I was going to be hitting 10,000 subscribers. And my husband had a trip planned to Las Vegas. He has a work conference there this week. And even though I have a ton going on, I thought, what an amazing vacation for us to take together right before Christmas. I just have to book a plane ticket, hop on the flight, and I'll probably hit 10K around that time. And I will be able to bring a live to you video, a celebration video of hitting 10,000 subscribers. It was meant to be a pre-Christmas trip, a pre-Christmas celebration, and encouragement about healing before we head into the new year. And a video to show you the power of stepping into your new identity. And I was going to be doing that, going to Las Vegas, because Vegas isn't my vibe. I mean, this is my vibe. A cozy home is my vibe. A calm nervous system is my vibe. But Vegas is just the furthest thing from my vibe. And so I thought it would be so amazing to be there in amongst all the people, all the casinos, all the things that I hate, the smells, the lights, all of the stimulating things, to show you that a nervous system can do that, can heal and go back into the most chaotic and bright and stimulating of environments and still be okay. But getting hit with this cold, having to cancel the reservation, losing my plane ticket, losing the airfare, unfortunately, because I booked a last minute deal that couldn't be refunded. All of that aside, missing out on the time with my husband and the, adventure that we had planned. Over the last 12 years, I haven't really traveled anywhere with my husband without my children. Because I was sick for so long, I was suffering for so long, I couldn't travel. I couldn't enjoy anything. There was no point in me going anywhere or doing anything. And over the last 5 years, even as I was coming out of it, the priority was my kids. The priority was getting back memories with my kids, traveling with my kids, doing things that we could all enjoy as a family. So my husband and I have taken a back seat. We've never, ever gone on a vacation, just the two of us. I felt I couldn't leave my children. They were too young. And over the last 5 years, I've been making up time with them. We put our money into focusing on summer vacations with our family, with our children. And so our time together has just gone by the wayside. So I was really excited to have this alone time with him. It wasn't meant to be. I am here cozied up. It's snowing outside. The fireplace is on. I'm snuggled up with my dogs. It has been a week of deep self-care. And even though I lost money, even though I lost the time with my husband, even though I lost the vacation, even though I'm not there sharing this news with you in the middle, in my fancy dress, my fancy heels, feeling like $1 million, really celebrating the moment. I feel so blessed. I feel so grateful. And it is not lost on me that just sitting here, drinking a cup of tea, breathing, feeling comfortable in my own body was my only dream for years and years and years. It was the only prayer that I prayed every single night. And here I am right now doing that, and I couldn't be more grateful. And I know that you can be here too, no matter what you're suffering with, no matter how long it's been, no matter how old you are, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how much damage there is, no matter what your personal story is. I believe and I know, I don't just believe, I know that you can heal too. And for those of you who are watching, who keep coming back, who keep rising, who keep putting one foot in front of the other, I want to remind you never to give up, because you will get there. You will find a way. You will find the answer. You absolutely can and will heal. And if it is your deepest desire, then you hold that. You hold on to that and you never let it go. And you move toward that with every single fiber of your being, with every breath, with every step. All right, so let's talk then. One of the most detrimental, limiting beliefs that is actually stopping you from healing is the belief that you're not enough. Now, I don't know who this video is meant for or who this video is going to reach today, but if you've ever said to yourself, I'm not fill in the blank enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not successful enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not young enough, I'm not loved enough, I'm not lucky enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not capable enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not brave enough, I'm not courageous enough. Whatever you've said to yourself, I am not enough. There's a reason why you think you can't heal. This is a limiting belief that plagues so many people, right? I'm not something enough to heal. And if this is you today, I want to remind you that you are enough. When you start to believe that you're enough, when you start to know that you're enough, you will start to heal. When you start to truly know your worth, that you are enough, you are going to heal. You will ultimately be in a place that allows healing, that allows yourself to take the actions, to do what's necessary, to believe it, to know it. And I'm not saying that there's not other things to do, because there is, right? This isn't a video on how to heal yourself. There's many different ways, there's many different steps, but none of them matter if you don't believe that you're worth it, if you don't believe that you're enough. None of them matter. None of the diets, none of the basics, none of the protocols, none of the advanced protocols, none of the inner work, right? None of the brain retraining, none of this stuff is going to work. None of all the list of hundreds of things that can bring healing into your life will bring healing into your life if you don't believe that you're worth it. So today I want you to stop and ask yourself, do I hold a limiting belief that I am not enough? That something about me isn't enough? Whatever it is, whether you think you're not smart enough, or you're not good enough, or you're not successful enough, or you're not kind enough, you're not young enough, you're not talented enough, you're not brave enough, you're not strong enough, you're not supported enough, whatever it is, you don't think that you have something, you're missing something, you're lacking something. And it's not the thing that you're lacking, right? It's not the thing. I'm not rich enough, I'm not wealthy enough. That's not the thing. It's not the money. It's not the courage. It's not being smart enough. It's not being more talented or more successful. It is none of those things. Those things can help you, and they can help anyone achieve anything, but they aren't the thing that is going to make the difference for you. There's a lot of wealthy, sick, unhealed people. There's a lot of successful, sick people. There's a lot of people with tons of family support who are extremely sick. There's a lot of young people who are sick. There's a lot of extremely brave and courageous people who are sick. It's not the thing. I agree, having those things all would help, but you're not limited because you don't have that thing. You're limited in your belief. You're limited that you don't think deep down you are good enough. You are worth it. There is somewhere deep inside you that you think you are not enough. And until you actually change and overcome that limiting belief, I am enough. I am enough, and I can heal with or without that thing. Until you stop letting that belief run your life, limit you from healing, until you stop letting those things, those excuses, stop you from healing. Not having enough money, not being strong enough, not being young enough, not being brave enough, not being smart enough, whatever it is that you think that makes you feel like you're not enough. That right there is the thing that you need to fix in order to heal. And that's the one limiting belief that stops everyone from healing. And you might not even be thinking that you're holding a belief that you're not enough. You might think, I think I am enough, but you think something about you is not enough. There's something that's not enough. It's not enough, not quite enough to heal. Maybe you believe you're a good person, you believe you're kind, you love yourself, you think you're worth it, but there's a reason, right? But I can't have it because of this. I'm limited this way. I'm not enough in this way. And that is the way that's stopping you. It's not even having that thing. You don't need to get that thing. You don't need to get the money. You don't need to be younger. You don't need to have more courage. You need to believe that even without that thing, you are enough. You can heal without that thing. You need to stop letting the reason why you think you're not enough stop you from getting the thing that you want more than anything in this world. Because I know that coming up against the holidays, right, you feel sorry for yourself. You feel like a victim. You feel sad. And you're allowed to have those feelings. You don't have to not have those feelings in order to heal. It's not about eliminating them. It's about knowing you can have them and you're still worth it. knowing you can have them and you're still enough. You're still enough. Even if you do everything wrong, you are still enough. Even if you have failed over and over, even if you are older, even if you don't have support, even if you don't have the money, even if you've tried and failed, even if you are not being the mother or the parent or the person you want to be during this holiday season, you are still enough. You are still enough. Your heart is still enough. Your soul is still enough. You are still enough. You need to get to the point where you would tell a child, your child, sitting there, sad, crying, saying, I'm not enough. No matter what deficiencies they had, no matter what problem they had, it wouldn't matter what they did. You would say, you are enough. Because just by virtue of being alive, they are enough. You would make sure that child feels that they are truly enough. And so over this holiday season, you are enough if you're sad. You are enough if you are not doing everything that you in your heart want to do for your family. You're enough. Even if you're coming upon your 50th holiday season where you promised yourself you would be better and you're not, you are still enough. That doesn't make you less than anything. You are enough. You are worth it. And I want you to know it and believe it. Because as we head into 2025, I really truly believe that this is going to be your year to heal. And the only way that this actually can be truly your year to heal is if you change. You can't be the same person you are and heal. You have to change. You can't keep showing up as the version of yourself that you are and expect a different result. Right? You have to be different in order to experience different. And that starts and ends with your limiting beliefs. And so if I could impress upon you one thing, if I could give you one piece of wisdom, it is start with what you say to yourself, about this illness, about this disease, about your pain, about this milestone, this holiday season, about next year. It matters what you say. It matters what you believe. It matters whether you think you can, whether you think you're worth it, and whether you think you're enough. Because if you can start there, you can build everything upon that. And then the things that you actually do, the actions that you take, the protocols that you do, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual work that it takes to heal, it's going to start to move you forward. Because as you change, everything that you do makes changes. You won't wake up in Groundhog Day year after year after year. When you shift, it shifts. When you move towards healing, when you mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually move towards healing, move towards health, move towards vibrancy, move towards abundance, move towards the life that you want. And you're making the internal changes, you're making the physical, emotional, spiritual, mental changes that need to be made. You're getting rid of those blocks, those limiting beliefs and the blocks, the things that are keeping you. This is where you want to be, and this is where you are. There's a gap in between. We want to bridge that gap. We want to get over the gap, and we can't. It doesn't matter how big the gap is. It doesn't matter if it's the biggest crevice in the world. You can bridge that gap. You can get from where you are to where you want to be by moving physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally toward what it is that you want through your identity, through your personal beliefs, and through knowing that you are enough. So I really truly hope that you have enjoyed this video today. If you did, go watch this video here. I think you're going to like it. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me today. And thank you so much to everyone who has ever liked, subscribed, shared a comment. And for all of you who helped me get to 10,000 subscribers this year, I truly appreciate it. I feel so grateful to all of you. And as we head into 2025, let's make this year the year that you heal, the year that you change, the year that you manifest, and the year that you are absolutely 100% worth it. Sending you all my love, and I will see you in the next video.